Yo YouTube, happy Mother's Day. As you can tell, I went out tonight. Family, friends. So today, the reason why I'm actually airing rather than on a my normal Friday night, is I do have a thing here. Besides a happy Mother's Day, if you guys had a good time with your mom, celebrate it with her. That's awesome, cool, kick-ass. This goes out to a couple of old EverQuest friends of mine, way back. Orphelia and, Qual. And, I have a letter here, back during the day of EverQuest, when I was actually in a guild, and this is addressed to, two people. Well, one was a friend of mine, and another was to me. But either way, these are addressed to two people who... I have the letter in front of me, and I'm going to read it. Okay, if my old friends from EverQuest happen to see this video and they read their names, Orphelia and Qual, you guys are like really awesome, and I do have a letter here, and I'm going to read it, word verbatim. Okay, it says, it's very short, so, like I said, Qual, Orphelia, if you're, happen to be on YouTube and you watch this video, Dear Burial and Miss Temper, we hope these help. I've sent the... Well, they sent the old EverQuest Online Adventures game to me. It says here, also, as I'm not sure, I've labeled the... Well, their characters, which were Sissy and... Well, the name was Sissy and, Sissy and Saved One. Here, I'm gonna skip out some of the parts here. Let me reread it and, put this out here. Hope these help. I've sent their EverQuest game, was direct, was to me and to, Burial. It says here, they weren't 100% sure if they labeled it right, whatever, at the time when they sent it to me, and it came all the way from the UK. They've also sent, well, it was core, back then, account sharing and everything, empty pre-fonts, or just some stuff here. It pretty much just says that, with Qual and Orphelia pretty much gave me and a friend of mine, Burial, their game back in the UK, and I won't read everything word verbatim because it was just personal information or things back in the old days, when they had their accounts and their usernames. It wasn't anything special. It was more of an account. They were going to retire. They stopped playing EverQuest. Really good people. And the guild I was in back years ago, I don't remember the guild name. As far as I remember, we did have somebody in our guild called Blue Balls. Well, that's not a surprise. So, I actually got into that guild with Mal and a few other people who used to run playing EverQuest. We used to go to Senator's Keep many years ago. We did the Land of Disease. We had the Twin Dragons, the two Twin Dragons on EverQuest. And what happened was, they got tired of the game. There was a few other people I kind of sort of remember way back when, during EverQuest 2 and EverQuest Online Adventures. And as you can tell, I'm pretty much all dressed up in my Sunday garb. But the thing is, if all my old guildmates who remember Miss Temper and Burial back in the old EverQuest Online Adventures game, you know, hopefully this goes out to them to find out exactly where all my old guildmates are to this day. With Qual and Orf, if you guys are watching, it would be really awesome if I can actually hear from you guys again, or if you're even still part of the PSN network. Like I said, this is very unusual for me to do an Airstream on a Sunday night, Mother's Day, but like I said, trying to get in touch back with the old people back during EverQuest, getting everybody kind of situated and what have you. My whole feelings, I take off my jewelry, but my whole feelings were just pretty much of that nature. And of course I psyched everybody out there. So without that further ado, there was a lot of things that were going on, and so much has been going on. Of course, my hands being all palmy and sweaty and shit. Had jewelry on, I still have to take my necklace off and everything else, so. But as far as like me psyching people out, I think that was like one of the coolest things I can actually do. As far as that goes, I don't know exactly how to put this out for Orf and Qual, my old members, my old guildmates from actually EverQuest back in the day. And strange enough, I got a thing here from Google just like recently, not related to EverQuest, but to old stuff that's been going on. Stuff that's been pertaining, like I won a contest, but I didn't win a contest. So, anyways, my personal feelings with everything, it's been kind of crazy. It's been kind of weird, and hopefully that, like I said, my old friends from EverQuest can actually find me. The ones I remember. That would be really, really freaking awesome. But, hold on. Let me see something here. Like I said, this is a typical Sunday night. I'm just chilling. There's really not a whole lot of crap that's going on. Hold on 1 minute, and, so, at the moment, where things are going, things are just kind of going on with the, not really too much. I mean, not many trolls out, not many anything. And if the connection quality is crappy on my end, that's because I'm on Wi-Fi. Originally I was supposed to take a dare with my game, with Monster Hunter World, and that is pretty much all 86 to the utmost, to the disgusting point that I can even particularly fathom. So, as you can tell, I was getting ready to take off my necklace. However, I got the floating little, this guy right here. But, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. Putting down everything. Necklace, jewelry. Everything I can possibly humanly think of. It's been a long day. So, of course, you know, my heart necklace, which I actually like, but I'm taking it off because I don't want to have a problem, so. There we go. Yeah, and me having this little heart necklace was a thing I had done. Originally, my dad was supposed to go in it. a picture of my dad who passed away in 2015. So I'm celebrating Mother's Day pretty much, well, I was. And Father's Day is going to be, well, obviously no dad, no Father's Day. So, to lighten up any confusion as far as, I know some people generally tend to ask the question, what am I, who am I, that sort of thing. But I'm just your normal, humble female who just televises, tries to keep up everything with current events and everything else. But as far as like what I said back on Friday night, the old school gaming, that was something I was doing. And it's been really interesting. Of course, I have a friend of mine on a messenger here. I'm not going to say exactly who she... Apparently, there's been quite a few people I've been friends with on Messenger, but I don't know where, like I said, I don't know where Qual and Orf are right now, and I don't know where the remaining guild members of my Request Guild are, whether they're like on PSN and maybe I can't find them. I mean, I did find a couple back a few years ago, but they were really cool friends and all, but they weren't like people that were in my guild at the time. I can't really think of very much right now because, as you can tell, I'm starting to unwind. And having this whole robot over here is like, is what it is. I had plenty of Mexican out tonight, and I'm kind of like, really, I feel like I got heartburn. I had too much tequila, too. I had 2 Latin coffees, 2 Latin coffees, 2 tequila sunrises, and an entree that pertained to tequila. So I'm kind of like, not fully, I mean, I'm okay, I guess. I mean, I wasn't really nodding off, but I'm pretty sedated right now from my other past few days, which have been very rough. So pretty much now, I'm just not really doing very much. Though I will bring up one thing. And during the time, I cleaned out my mom's basement, and I helped unload the truck. So I decided to take an old piece of ornate, well, not really ornate, it's just an old piece of decoration that was actually in storage, and I don't know if it was, I think it was from my dad. It was like a little glass piece. It was kind of really interesting, and I'm going to show it. But there's a huge thing before I get into it. This thing has like a very deep, interesting thing here. Really old, and this was actually my dad's. Really interesting. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I was going to hang it up, but I think what I'm going to do is clean it up, and I'm going to put it somewhere nice. And of course, now, if some of you don't know what has been going on, and besides like my old school gaming and random stuff that's just popping up, excuse me. So at this point, I'm gonna try to like drink some coffee a little bit here so I can sedate this little burning thing. I don't really have anything to really do it. I don't have Tums, so you have to bear with me. But in a little bit, I am going to be airing a Monster Hunter World did away. They're done now with the the Kala of Tarath in Monster Hunter World. The special limited edition quest is now done. I tried to do it today, and of course Capcom now has taken it off, as you know, now okay, everybody got done. But as far as anything, if some of you don't know what's really going on in the media, it's kind of juicy, but I was going to kind of wait until during the, excuse me, I was going to wait until during the week, preferably like Wednesday. I was going to like air something, and I might, just for the hee-haws. It's kind of like one of those things that I did some searching on the net, and just hearing certain celebrities out there who are becoming more exposed in the webs and websites and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I mean, we all can remember, some of us who had played like old games and certain key aspects. Like, there's so many people, so many celebrities being exposed, and well, I have a friend of mine who's not really a celebrity, but he was kind of exposed to a bit of an interesting thing that had happened about like a few days ago. So nothing new, nothing special, just kind of keeping I also have a piece of dessert stuck in my teeth because I went to a Mexican restaurant, but I can't get it out. But anyways, maybe later. In case some of you aren't aware, my viewers and subscribers, if some of you aren't aware what's going on, I do have a Twitch channel. You can follow me on that with Michelle362. Rarely do I go on Twitch. I think the last time I was on Twitch was doing Paladins, because I was trying to set up for the Twitch Prime account to get other stuff, and I never really finished doing anything else other than that. Thank you, my loyal followers on PSN through YouTube, and follow me through PSN. A huge thank you goes out to you guys. The same thing with my subscribers. A huge thank you there for being with me under these tough times, circumstances. The same thing that goes to anybody who's watching my video, either if it's going to be today or Friday or during the week, whatever. A huge shout out to my European brothers and sisters, even out into Asia, China, Japan, Thailand, Bangkok, Korea, pretty much everywhere in Asia, including the Middle East. I can't really thank you guys good enough. It takes me a while to kind of like remember what I was going to say, but thank you guys for actually watching my videos, and and I've actually gotten some good comments. Actually, there's one I am going to read pertaining one comment. Back during last year, I actually made a video. If some of you remember, a video of a 1974 NPC Econoline model kit back in April, I think it was. This one girl who actually, what's her name here? I have to kind of go in and search, but if I can look at it, her name was, geez, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this name. Alvaz, I think that was her name. And the 1974 Ford Econoline kit I've actually built last year. She actually, she did buy the kit, and she actually admired my video about this 1974 Econoline van kit, and she bought a $15 Walmart RC car that she attached the body to it, and actually made it into a radio-controlled MPC RC van, which is really interesting. I have to give Alba a huge congrats on that one. I mean, it's not many people who can actually do that with an MPC 1/16 scale van, but it's possible. It can work. Don't knock it until you try it. Another one. Now, if I can actually get into another comment, this goes back to another individual. Let's see here. I have one here from Peregrine Took, who commented on, not about the 1974 Dodge Econoline van, but commented about the Terra game, which I thought was really interesting. And what he stated here about Terra, he said people can't res when they die, constant crashes, maps don't work, hardly any frames. They're even banning people on the forums for legitimate criticism. They were even banning people who simply replied to the thread. And then, of course, you know, he added here in the last last sentence or two, completely unacceptable. Doubt this will be brought into the spotlight though. And it's kind of going back to what I said about video games. What Young Yeah has said about video games, like certain publishers would actually go out of their way, pretty much for people not to say the truth, because they're afraid that the publishers are gonna get more upset, and of course they're gonna ban everyone. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing Terra. But I'm not gonna talk about that one. In my other video, one person, Joshua Hudson. Dude, I like this comment because actually this reverted back. I'm reading the comment sections from my previous videos. Not too many of them, but just enough here. He commented one about my original Generation 1 RC10T, which right now is in another room. Not really being used right now, but he did comment, and I actually like this one. He just pretty much said awesome RC10T, which was the original Generation 1. Which you can probably find in one of my videos, somewhere in like the 200 something videos I made in like the past year or past 2 years or something like that. And then here's one I am going to put out. I can't pronounce it, so I'm sorry if I'm going to be butchering the name. There's also another comment back to my 1974 Ford Econoline model kit MPC from I can't pronounce his name, but the last name is Sesmoy. He even asked me about the kit. He said, "Hi, love this in the 1980s, and I have a question, so please answer me. Have you the toolbox with it, and which tools are in the box? Tools please. Tools please. It's go to the interior of the van. Are they metal? Are they in metal like he remembered?" And my reply was the actual one, the remake of the Ford Econoline model kit, the MPC kit. It's not the original. They don't have the metal kit. They don't have the tools anymore that were metal. Everything now is pretty much all pertaining plastic. And pretty much any type of, like I said, I answered this one before, and a lot of model kits, when they reissue them, it's all pretty much rebuilt. And they don't really use original tooling, used it for the crappy molding, which I won't get into. Speaking of crappy molding, I do have a kit, and I went to a hobby shop a few months ago, probably like November, January, or no, November, December. So I ended up buying this Buddy Baker kit. Now, if any of you people have had a problem with the Buddy Baker kit, please don't. The die cat, the tooling for it was just not done right, inconsistent with anything else, and I think that pretty much it. I mean, like, parts don't fit in as far as that goes, but being under those circumstances, like me building models and stuff, and of course what's on my hand, you know, RC car, my Toyota High Lift, which I haven't ran in God knows how long. So I think that's pretty much it there on those topics. You know, it's kind of like jumping around today, but I'm just kind of like staying on the different topics, what people have read to me, or what people have sent to me in my videos, messagings, and stuff like that. And, you know, but I'll go back on to Mother's Day. You know, today's Mother's Day. The weather here sucks. I mean, hardcore. And I thought it was going to be warm, so I decided to wear, well, my dress. And, well, you know, brought a heavy coat, kind of like we're going to go out and do something, have a little fun. And, you know, just hoping everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. Nothing, you know, nothing too out of the ordinary. Probably tonight, if I can, or if I can think about it, I would actually air another footage. It might be right after this one, but for now, I have this little guy flying around on the screen, which is fine. Just not really doing too much. So it's Mother's Day. You'll must have had a good time, and much as I did. But it's not that bad, you know. Mom's Day's once a year, so honor thy mother, honor thy father, and there you have it. But I know tonight this video is a little different than I normally would. But Friday night, I think Friday night I'm going to be airing again a different well, actually more of a bigger topic than a mishmash of things that are happening tonight. Hi. So yeah, it's been really interesting. I can't really think of anything else besides the fact that I'm actually, you know, here in my office broadcasting. Got this little guy flying around, and like I said before, hopefully anybody who had played EverQuest, you know, hopefully they can get in touch with me somehow, or one way or another. Tonight's a dead night, so like I said, this is Anything Goes tonight. Thanks. I guess I'm not really a mom, but as much as I would, I'm really not. I just wanted to go see my mom, so. And it's been fun filled. I'm like so really out of it right now. And I don't know, I feel like I want to really be devious tonight, just like wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. I mean, you know, everybody, you know, I'm sure everybody must have had a good time with their, you know, being with their mom and stuff, you know. I'm sure any Mother's Day would be fun when your mom is talking about, like, you know, the most embarrassing moments of your life and stuff. It's like, really, Mom? You want to really talk about embarrassing? It's not even nowhere near that. So I'm trying to stay awake right now. Like I said earlier in the video, I had like 2 shots of tequila 2 drinks of tequila sunrise, 2 Latin leprechauns, which is a coffee, Camerazone shrimp, which also had tequila in it. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I'm all happy and shit. I'll let it run for a while on the video here. I'm not really gonna play anything too obnoxiously loud right now, but I will put some chill vibe music on. I was checking out somebody's video the other night. I can't remember who it was. I was on there for a little bit. Just said hi and stuff, you know. And of course now I can't think what I was about to do. Typical me. But let me see what I got here. Oh yes, I was watching one of Blunt Movers live things Friday night. Really nice guy though. Really nice guy, you know. I mean, I can relate to what happened to his hand. I mean, it happened to me when I was a kid too. Having the same problem where you mess your hand up and shit, and that's no joke. I mean, I still have a scar on my index finger. No. But yeah, I understand where he went. You know, he was going through with that stuff, and my whole thing is that it can happen to anybody. I mean, we mess up something with our hand or our leg or some shit, and the next thing you know, we're like, you know, now we're on like painkillers and shit, which is not too bad. Painkillers is awesome. Kind of makes you numb though, but it's funny as fuck. So, also, I just friended. Everybody knows him. 8 Thoughts. I was able to find him, and I was able to friend him, and he's a really cool guy though. Some of you will know him for his funny commentary moments. He makes fun about like LEA and all them. You know, so I gotta find some kind of music here so I don't bore anybody silly with my yapping. So let's see. Oh, we can use this one. That'd be cool. Alright. But I am going to show something really cool, and it's really interesting. Get that shit going. Yeah, I was going to show something too, and I can't remember. Hold on. Well, in front of me, when I first bought it, there's a thick book here, Dark Souls 2, the strategy guide. But you know what's funny? I will quote something about this. The armor, the Covenant armor, the Dragon armor. You cannot upgrade it. In the strategy guide, it says you can. And having this book, and I bought Dark Souls 2, In some cases, this book was okay. It led me to certain things. I was happy to believe I'd be leading to certain things. And some things were kind of misleading. Just the whole thing, when certain game developers, they give you a game to play, and then they give you the copy of a strategy guide that is always like a very good thing to have. Some things are misleading. The only book, the only game, or the only strategy guide for a game was a little bit Modern Warfare 3, which was actually more accurate than this. For an example, what I thought really funny about, this is kind of going through like all the maps and shit, like everything. They talk about the gargoyles, they talk about the freaking, it was kind of redundant when they actually did this. They even put the gargoyles back in, but, like everybody remembers the Dark Souls 1. There were 2. Well, then you have to fight 5, but it's timed. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you fight timed versus you could fight 2? I don't know. That pretty much just does it there, as far as that shit goes. So, trying to keep my ass awake right now. Well, I'm gonna be up anyways, like. Well, maybe not, because I gotta call up everything else. And, really too much tonight. Just kind of like, figure I'd do a live video. I'm kind of getting tired of gaming, just gaming, not saying nothing, where I can talk and do this. Oh, I wanted to say that somewhere in this little tin can, yes, this is like ancient as shit though. And one stick of crazy glue. God, the things I can do with crazy glue. And duct tape. But I think I remember tying out one of my ex-boyfriends on his facial hair though. And I ripped it right off. So, it is what it is. The majority of things that are going on, shit. Channel's open, people can talk, discuss whatever, and what is that? I have no idea who that is. But anyways, for now I'm gonna call it a night, and check my next video out in like about a couple of minutes. I should be on with another video. And I think that's pretty much it. So, check me out in a couple minutes in another video. I just need to upload it. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.